Now the next order is Crocodilia, and they are large lizard-like reptiles with flat snouts, compressed tails, eyes, ears, and nostrils are at the top of their head. They swim well, but they have a high walk and a low walk on land. So they move pretty fast. Their skin is, of course, thick and scaly with non-overlapping scales. Their teeth are conical and peg-like, and their heart is four-chambered like birds. Um, but they are ectotherms like all the other reptiles. So this includes your um, reptilia include snakes, lizards, alligators, caimans, crocodiles, tortoises, turtles, and tautoras. There's almost 8,000 species of reptiles. They live everywhere except Antarctica, and they live in marine environments, terrestrial environments, and freshwater aquatic environments. Of course, they have scales and or scutes. They have claws. And they have something called Jacobson's organ. This is a sensory organ in the roof of the mouth. And they'll flick their tongue, and it will direct the odor, the chemical, back to this Jacobson's organ. And it's got two hollow, highly sensitive sac-like structures in it. So they're able to detect odors this way. And you can see it there. It's labeled in the top diagram. It's connected to the brain by a nerve. Now, pit vipers have large fangs, but non-poisonous snakes called elapids have small teeth. But for the poisonous snake, they're hollow and work like a hypodermic needle. Also in pit vipers, you're going to see pupils that are vertical slits, and they have a pit between the eye and the mouth. It's a heat sensing organ, so even though they can't see a victim, they can accurately strike a warm-blooded victim because of this pit. Their head is always triangular or arrowhead shaped. And sometimes rattlesnakes will rattle. They're rattles, but not always, as a warning. You can see the pit there. See the triangular head. They have a skeleton, lots of bones, and they have teeth, but they don't have appendages of any. A few of them have some vestigial structures that were similar to pelvic bones, and in some species you can see them externally, and they're called spurs, and they use them in reproduction. Most of them, though, just have vertebrae, ribs, and a skull, and they can have anywhere from 130 to 500 vertebrae, and ribs are attached to each one. And that doesn't include any of the bones in the tail. It's only those that are anterior to the cloaca. The skull and the teeth are different. They are able to eat prey much larger than themselves because they can unhinge their jaw, and they can move their jaws alternately, side to side, and kind of walk the prey into their mouth. Also, their teeth allows them to swallow the prey whole because they are backward facing. Snake teeth can be attached to bones, acrodont, or they can grow back when lost, be polyphodont. And a snake may have several sets of teeth during its lifetime. There are three types of dentition or teeth. The constrictor dentition is where they have two rows of teeth on the upper jaw and one row on the lower jaw, and all the teeth are short and hook-like, like you see there in the bottom picture. And that's what your non-poisonous snakes have. Even if they constrict their prey, they still have those types of teeth. If they're poisonous snakes, they either have grooved fangs or hollow fangs that act like a hypodermic needle that the venom flows through. And they can either be erectile fangs or fixed fangs. If it's grooved fangs, they have one row of teeth on the upper jaw and a pair of fangs. And in that fang, there's a groove that's a pathway for the venom to flow that you see there in the bottom picture.